A warm welcome to TVC News, our top stories. IMF rates Tanzania high, its performance termed exemplary.
Already the performance of the economy is strong. The program implementation we just discussed is on track, so we are all satisfied with the outcome of this mission.
The government of Tanzania and the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO turned to sustainable systems for food sufficiency. Good evening. My name is Nasa Kingo. Thank you very much for joining us. Just another reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TVC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TVC Online. We start here in Dar es Salaam, where the Minister of Finance, Mwigulu Nchemba, has assured the International Monetary Fund, IMF, that Tanzanian government will continue to improve its policies and plans by ensuring that various economic and social sectors, especially the private sector, are given a priority. Here are more details.
Dr. Nchemba made the assurance while concluding talks between the government and the team of experts from International Monetary Fund following the completion of the evaluation of the fifth phase of the implementation of the Extended Credit Facility Program, as well as the second phase of the implementation of the program to address the effects of climate change through the Resilient and Sustainable Fund window.
IMF, led by the head of delegation, they were here for our review sessions. We have completed it well. We wish you all the best. On behalf of the Ministry of Finance and the government of Tanzania, we assure you that our team of expertise is ready for the implementation of various programs together with other programs we implement in partnership with IMF.
The Minister of Finance insists that the government of Tanzania will continue to properly supervise the implementation of the two programs of total value of $1.832 billion. On the other hand, the leader of the IMF team of experts who conducted the assessment, Nicholas Blanchard, says their fifth phase assessment has shown that Tanzania has been a good example in implementing the ECF and RSF programs.
You know already the performance of the economy is strong. The program implementation we just discussed is on track, so we are all satisfied with the outcome of this mission. We welcome a lot of things that have been done in terms of making sure stability is maintained, including this year, with all the uncertainties domestically, but also very much globally, with the foreign assistance shock, etc. So we are also, I think, in a nice spot in terms of managing those risks going forward. I mentioned the social spending. We are very we are welcome very much what has been done in terms of the continued transition at the BOT on the new policy framework at BOT to ensure inflation is stable, to ensure monetary policy transmission is improving. We have a few recommendations there.
Tanzania has undergone the fifth phase assessment to secure the IMF funds so as to implement various economic and social projects, where so far the Extended Credit Facility Program has received a total amount of $754.3 million and another amount of $55 million have been received through the Resilient and Sustainable Fund window.
In a bid to enhance national food security and sovereignty, the government of Tanzania emphasizes the need for stronger collaboration with the private sector and international organizations. Speaking in Dar es Salaam during a high-level meeting convened by the Food and Agriculture Organization, the Deputy Permanent Secretary and the Minister of Agriculture responsible for cooperatives and irrigation, Dr. Stephen Nindi, says the development of sustainable systems in food production is crucial for long-term self-reliance.
Lengo letu tumekusanyika hapa kuangalia kwamba namna gani tumepiga hatua.
We have gathered here today to reflect on the progress we have made since 2021 in building sustainable food systems in Tanzania. Our aim is not only to ensure food security, but also to promote food sovereignty. Achieving this goal is not a simple task. It is influenced by a range of complex factors, including climate change, global dynamics, international politics, and foreign policies. It is clear that this is not something the government can accomplish on its own. It requires the collective effort of multiple stakeholders locally, regionally, across the African continent, and at the global level.
Masuala ya kikanda, lakini katika bara zima la Afrika, lakini hata katika ngazi ya dunia.
On the other hand, the Food and Agriculture Organization, country representative in Tanzania, affirms the organization's commitment to support the country's agricultural transformation, emphasizing on supporting, collaborating, and delivering results together.
Requires addressing numerous drivers, such as climate change, urbanization, governance, technological innovation, and demographic shifts. Equally important is raising awareness, fostering collaboration.
The meeting highlights the urgent need for integrated planning and investment to address current and future threats to food security, with the stakeholders agreeing that bold and coordinated action is key to achieving national and regional goals. The former president of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, says Tanzania has made major strides in the health sector due to the proper implementation of the government health policies, conveying commitment of President Samia Suluhu Hassan to cooperate with the government of Burkina Faso. Dr. Kikwete made the remark when he met and held talks with the president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, as part of Tanzania's diplomatic push for Professor Mohamed Janabi to head the WHO Africa office.
President Samia expresses satisfaction with the state of relations between Burkina Faso and Tanzania. Her wish is to see the relations grow from strength to strength to the greatest heights possible. There are many areas of cooperation, and in those areas of cooperation, certainly Tanzania is ready to work with Burkina Faso in any way that Burkina Faso would wish Tanzania to cooperate.
Furthermore, Dr. Jakaya Kikwete affirms Tanzania's commitment to deepen ties with Burkina Faso, especially in the health issues, highlighting success stories achieved by Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute, JKCI.
Working on, yes, is in the area of health, the cardiology center. A team of cardiologists from Burkina Faso have visited our Institute of Cardiology, and today at 5 p.m. they are going to meet with the professor here, who has been the founder of the Institute, to discuss further on the areas of cooperation in this area, where the center in Tanzania has a lot of experience. Share that experience with the Burkina Faso doctors.
Tanzania is making a strong case for Janabi as the ideal successor to lead the continent's health agenda at a critical moment in the global public health. The Minister of Health of Tanzania has met and held talk with the Prime Minister of Kingdom of Lesotho, Samuel Matekane. During her visit as a special envoy of President Samia Suluhu Hassan, the Minister of Health presented a proposal from the President of Tanzania to the Prime Minister requesting the support of Lesotho during the upcoming WHO elections for the new Regional Director for the World Health Organization for the African region. Here are more details.
Indicated that the World Health Organization, WHO, through its committee in the African region, resolved to reopen nomination for a regional director of the World Health Organization in January this year. This comes after the unfortunate passing on of the former regional director, Dr. Faustin Ndugalule, in November 2024. Tanzania's Minister of Health says her visit is intended to propose the support of Lesotho to nominate Tanzania for the same position again, since the former director passed on before he concluded his mandate, which is to improve health issues in the African region.
We are going to have a WHO election for regional director for Africa. That was the message. We were here asking support from Lesotho government. We are very much happy because the Prime Minister promised us that they are going to support us for the election.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Lejone Mpotswane, pointed out that Lesotho is without a doubt going to support Tanzania in this nomination process. He says SADC region have agreed to support one another in issues of this nature, thus embrace their development. As Lesotho, we are certain that we are going to support Tanzania in these elections. The reason being, as the region, we work together. So if we have a candidate, we do not compete, but we support a single candidate that we have agreed on. Even if we can have two candidates, we sit down and agree on which candidate to choose. Honorable Mpotswane also indicated that bilateral relations between Lesotho and Tanzania are still striving, adding that these two nations are still in talks on issues concerning trade. Another clear significance is that the new ambassador of Tanzania to Lesotho, Honorable James Bwana, handed over letters of credence to His Majesty last month.
As many Christians today commemorate Good Friday, let's join my colleague Teddy Mparanyanga, who explores the significance and relevance of the day.
Every year on the Friday before Easter, millions of Christians around the world pause to observe one of the most sacred days on the religious calendar, Good Friday. But what is Good Friday? Why does it hold such deep meaning for Christians? And how is it observed in different parts of the world, including here in Tanzania? Good Friday is the day Christians commemorate the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ on the cross at Calvary. According to the Christian Bible, this was the day Jesus, who Christians believe is the Son of God, willingly suffered and died to save humanity from sin. Despite its sorrowful nature, the day is called Good Friday. Why? Historians and theologians suggest the term good originally meant holy. Others believe it reflects the belief that through Christ's death, humankind was granted the possibility of eternal life, making it a profoundly good and hopeful event despite the suffering it represents. Across the Christian world, Good Friday is observed with solemnity. In the Catholic, Anglican, and Lutheran traditions, churches hold special services marked by scripture readings, hymns, and prayers. The altar is often left bare, and services sometimes end in silence, symbolizing mourning. In Tanzania, many Christians take part in Njia Msalaba, the Way of the Cross. This is a public procession that retraces Jesus' final steps to his crucifixion. Good Friday is also traditionally a day of fasting and repentance. Some Christians eat only one meal or abstain from meat. The quietness of the day invites believers to reflect on their personal lives, on suffering, and on the values of forgiveness, love, and humility. Good Friday, however, is not the end of the Christian story. It is followed by Easter Sunday, which celebrates the resurrection of Jesus and victory over death. As evening falls on Good Friday, Christians around the world hold on to the quiet, solemn promise that beyond the darkness there is light. It is a story not only of sorrow, but of resilience, one that continues to inspire acts of kindness, faith, and reflection more than 2,000 years later. Teddy Mparanyanga, TBC News.
In the deep south of Tanzania, where wilderness stretches beyond the horizon, lies Lake Siwandu, located within Nyerere National Park in the coastal region. The area was declared a UNESCO heritage site in 1982. Let's join Faithan Gaga, who has more on the lake and its wonders.
Resting quietly within the Mwalimu Nyerere National Park, one of Africa's largest protected areas, Lake Siwandu is more than just water. It is a sanctuary. A stage where life unfolds in raw and untamed rhythm. The crocodile, ancient, patient and powerful, bask in the lake's embrace. They emerge, wandering the shores in silence. These prehistoric predators have ruled these waters for years, masters of stealth. Along the shoreline, they bask in the sun, conserving energy, ready to strike. Lake Siwandu is a paradise for birds. These species call this ecosystem home. Every flutter, every call, a note in nature's grand symphony. And then the giants rise. Hippopotamuses, guardians of the deep. Powerful yet vulnerable. Massive yet graceful. The hippo is both feared and revered. A symbol of Lake Siwandu's raw majesty. Lake Siwandu is more than a body of water. It is a crossroads of life, a meeting place of wing, claw, and tusk. A story written in ripples and cries, in silence and in song. Faithan Gaga, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Faithan Gaga, for that interesting story on the Lake Siwandu. In case you missed any one of our stories, remember, you can always go to our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and watch anytime, anywhere. Now, before concluding the local news, let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TVC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for the international news. In international news, we start in Botswana, where the governor of Bank of Botswana, Cornelius de Koop, says Botswana's economy is expected to operate below full capacity in the short term, though improving slightly into the medium term. He further says that given the economic conditions and the outlook for both domestic and external economic activities, as well as the market liquidity condition, the Monetary Policy Committee has decided to maintain the monetary policy rate at 1.9%. Here are more details.
Mr. de Koop said, as reported by Statistics Botswana, the economy was in recession in 2024, but was projected to improve. He said the challenges faced now and those ahead require effective design and implementation of sound policies.
Which I've just said. Then PC has decided that they will first maintain the monetary policy rate at 1.9%. Secondly, that the 7-day Bank of Botswana certificate auctions, reverse repos, will be conducted at the policy rate of 1.9%. Thirdly, that the standing deposit facility rate will be maintained at 0.9%, 100 basis points below the policy rate. And lastly, that the standing credit facility is maintained at 2.9%, 100 basis points above the policy rate.
Inflation increased by 2.7% in February 2024 to 2.8% in March 2025.
Inflation was mainly due to increases in food and motor vehicle prices. The Monetary Policy Committee forecasts inflation to remain low in the medium term, averaging 2.5% this year in 2025 and 4.9% in 2026. However, the risks to the inflation outlook are assessed to be balanced. The MPC observes that inflation could be higher than projected if international commodity prices were to increase above current forecasts.
Mr. Dikop said the MPC will continue to closely monitor inflation and take necessary steps.
Continuing with the international news, now move from Botswana to Lesotho, where the Minister of Environment and Forestry in Lesotho, through improving adaptive capacity of vulnerable and food insecure population in Lesotho, which is a project supported by the World Food Programme, inspected the project site to learn positive impacts that the project has achieved since its inception in October 2020 all the way to 2025. Here are more details from Lesotho.
Improving adaptive capacity of vulnerable and food insecure population in Lesotho project, ICOV, pointed out that it managed to educate media practitioners about climate change issues with the aim of raising awareness to communities and also helped refine food production in the country, even though they faced some challenges. I can say the government need to continue after this good work of gaining weather condition skills and equipment. The project succeeded with the support from other stakeholders who will ensure that uncompleted work is included in budget allocation. The director of Hamohlakwana project side indicated that the project helped them to have a market vision. We produced a lot of eggs after receiving layers, but the challenge was that we had no market, and ICOV managed to secure us one. Lead Inspector Kuting highlighted that Kuting is faced with the challenge of climate change, which resulted in poverty. Hence, there is a high number of school dropouts. We are expecting positive changes, especially in schools. We were in Hapete, where we saw that they are practicing climate-smart agriculture. The Minister of Environment and Forestry commended this project, adding that it created jobs for Hamohlakwana community. You are doing a great job that I wish other communities can learn from you. I can say that after some time, you will be able to achieve bigger things through this project. The Principal Chief of Kuting, Chief Seiso Hlabate Nkwebe, encouraged the community to continue making ends meet through agriculture with the skill that they gained from ICOV. I can say to them, they must persist in doing positive things that will change their lives, because this project can become the inheritance of their children in future.
With that story from Lesotho, be ready now for the sports news. In sports news, Tanzania Baseball General Secretary Abubakar Rajab says they will use Japanese baseball championship competition to gain experience before they participate in the World Baseball qualifying matches. Rajabu told the TBC in Dar es Salaam that Japanese baseball championship competition will be used to gauge the level of competence of the players before the kickoff of the qualifying matches.
itasafiri kwenda Japan tarehe 26 kwa ajili ya mashindano ya Utsugi Cup ni international.
We will travel to Japan April 26 for Utsugi Cup as preparation for World Cup. As you know, Botswana and Tanzania will participate there. In Japan, we will gain a lot of experience so as to strengthen ourselves against East African countries such as Uganda, Kenya, and others.
Sio tiketi, tunaenda kupata uzoefu. Kwa sasa tukirudi Afrika huku, tuende tukapambane nao wa Kenya.
Japanese baseball championship competition is scheduled to take place in May in Japan. And that's the sports news. Up next is the weather forecast.
Hello there. This is 24 hours weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. Starting from tonight, 9 p.m. Wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour over Lake Victoria and Lake Nyasa. For Lake Tanganyika, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 20 kilometers per hour, and the state of the lake is expected to be slight to moderate. For the entire coast, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour, and the state of the sea is expected to be moderate. And rainfall models are portraying chance of rainfall over most parts of the country. And now let us see of the weather details, and this is what to expect for tonight. For western parts of the country and Lake Victoria Basin, we expect partly cold condition, thunder showers over a few areas. For northeastern Highland, the entire coast and southern region, we expect partly cold condition, rain showers over a few areas. For central parts of the country and southwestern Highland, is expected to be dry. And now let us see of what we expect for tomorrow. For western parts of the country, Lake Victoria Basin, and the entire coast, we expect partly cold condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun periods. For northeastern Highland, southwestern Highland, and southern region, we expect partly cold condition, rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. And for central parts of the country, we expect partly cold condition and sun periods. And now let us take a look of the next 4 days weather forecast. For Dar es Salaam, we expect partly cold condition, rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. For Dodoma, we expect partly cold condition, light rain over a few areas and sun periods. For Mbeya region, we expect partly cold condition, rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. For Mwanza, we expect partly cold condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun periods. Kilimanjaro, we expect light rain and rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. Morogoro, we expect partly cold condition, rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. Arusha, we expect light rain and rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. And that's all for today. Make sure to catch up again tomorrow. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, my name is Mariam Fares. Bye-bye.
That marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa.